The colours of Al-Qaeda flying high in the centuries-old city of Timbuktu. Since Tuareg rebels proclaimed the independent state of Azawad across northern Mali, it's been the word of Ansar Addine that's law here. Earlier this month, men from the armed group burned down an ancient shrine, a World Heritage Site, drawing a line in the sand between the relatively moderate Muslims of Timbuktu and its version of Islamic law. Now the group has merged with Tuareg rebels on whose coattails they swept to power. The two movements have created the Transitional Council of the Islamic State of Azawad. We are all in favour of the independence of Azawad, it says, adding, we all accept Islam as the religion. The rebellion that began as a separatist movement has now become a religious one. But the Tuaregs are denying they are taking an extremist position.
It doesn't mean the Sharia law is going to impose on Azawad. That's really good. So the international community or the decision makers has to know or realize that this is not our religion or an extremist state. It is an Islamic state.
In the city of Ghaly, where the new accord was signed, not everyone is pleased with what may come.
They
want to convert everyone to Islam, which is something that we already have. But what they really want to do is not good for us. Everyone has their understanding of what this religion means to them.
In Bamako earlier this month, mayors from several towns in the north met to discuss the political crisis.
The situation is very serious because no one in Mali wants the Salafists and no one wants Ansar Addine because these are allied with the Salafists. No one wants the Sharia law either. But we don't have an army to protect us.
The accord is a turning point for the territory, which has slowly slipped out of the government's control. And so far the government in Bamako has been paralysed, unable to impose its will on the north. It is itself in disarray, with a coup leader who refuses to go, a prime minister whose term is up, and a president recovering abroad after being attacked in his own presidential palace. A dramatic change of fortunes for a country only last year ranked among the most stable in West Africa. Miriam Nahond, Al Jazeera.
Well, let's speak to Abdel Fattah Moussa, who's Director of Political Affairs for the Economic Community of West African States, joining us now from Abuja. Mr. Moussa, welcome to the programme. As a representative of an organisation that's very committed to the unity of West Africa, you must be very disturbed to hear this declaration of independence in northern Mali.
Yes, of course, we are naturally very disturbed, and we are dismissing it for what it is worth. You know, that the territorial integrity of Mali is non-negotiable as far as ECOWAS is concerned, and all these opportunistic alliances in the north of the country are issues that are outside the realm of the negotiations that are currently being prepared as far as the territorial integrity of Mali is concerned.
You say it's unnegotiable. You're absolutely right, because they haven't negotiated with anybody apart from themselves, and yet they've declared this independence in northern Mali, and nobody can do anything about it, and that includes ECOWAS.
Look, we are going to do something about it. You know, the declaration of Azawad, as an independent state was done some months ago. Now, after this opportunistic alliance, Ansar Addine and MNLA have come together where they accept the flag of MNLA, and then MNLA in turn also accept the Islamization of Azawad.
Yeah, but so what are you going to do then? What are you going to do?
That territory, what we are going to do, our offer for mediation is still on the table on several conditions. That is one, that we are never going to accept any division of Mali. The repartitioning of Mali is off the table. That is number one. And ECOWAS is not going to entertain any negotiations with groups that we consider as terrorist groups. That is the second condition.
But Mr. Moussa, I must just jump in there, because they've told you, I'm sorry to interrupt, but they've told you what they think of that offer by declaring independence. They're just not interested in what you've got to say, and what can you do about it?
Okay, yeah. So Yes, so we are going to chase them out of that territory. That is it. Because what we have said time and again is that no option is off the table. We have offered a negotiation. Once they reject that, then we are going to team up with the government of Mali to chase them out of that territory, because the territorial integrity of Mali is non-negotiable as far as West Africa is concerned.
But when you say chase them out of the territory, you know as well as I do that the territory is enormous, isn't it, with respect to the size of France, and a lot of it is desert area as well, that many of your troops would find it very difficult to operate across such a large swathe of land.
Yes, we know what our strategy is. What these alliances have done is to occupy the major cities of the north, Timbuktu, Gao, Kidal, and a few others. The rest of the territory, they do not have any control over it. We are going to chase them from all these populated centers, and we have got the means to do so. The ECOWAS standby force is on high alert, and we are just finalizing preparations, and if they do not accept a negotiated settlement to the situation in the north, then we are going to use other means to do that.
Abdel Fattah Moussa, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.